What's up, party ponies? Scarlet here. Now, normally I do all these videos unscripted because it feels more natural and authentic to me, especially as a vlog. But this particular series, there's going to be a lot to unpack and cover, and if I don't script it out, I'm going to ramble on and on and on about my special interests or unrelated topics, and it'll turn from like a short 5 to 8 minute video into a lengthy documentary about my life every time. So, let's not do that. If you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering what the heck I mean by the title. After all, I said I had bipolar in my last mental health update video, right? Or if you're new to the channel and haven't watched that video, you're probably thinking, you? Autism? You're kidding. And no, I'm not kidding. I'm being 100% deadpan serious. I've been recently diagnosed with level 1 autism. By recently, I mean as of May 22nd, 2023. More specifically, according to my psychological report as provided by the doctor who evaluated me, autism spectrum disorder without accompanying intellectual impairment, without accompanying language impairment, social communication, level 1, requiring support, restricted and repetitive behaviors, level 1, requiring substantial support. Now, don't worry if none of that makes sense to you, if all the tech terminology and technical mumbo-jumbo jargon is confusing. I'll get into that in future videos, but for right now, I just wanted to give you the specifics. You're probably wondering, what about the bipolar diagnosis? What's wrong? Was that wrong? Do you still have that? And the answer is, yes, I still have that. I have both bipolar 2 and autism level 1. Talk about a messy mix. So why did I get tested for autism? That's the title of the video, that's what we're covering today. Well, there's numerous reasons. First, despite getting medications and treatments for bipolar disorder, I still had many unresolved mental health issues that just wouldn't go away, especially anxiety. It seemed like no matter how much therapy or medications I tried, the anxiety about just existing in life or surviving on this planet or even interacting with others was just crippling me. Every day I went to school feeling like a performance in which I didn't know the script, didn't know the lines, didn't know the cues, didn't know how to act. How could I possibly stay calm when I was constantly worried about tiny, seemingly insignificant little things compared to my peers? Secondly, school proved to be extremely difficult for me socially. Sure, I interacted with my colleagues and teachers and peers, but I never really felt like I could develop a meaningful connection with them outside the classroom. Classes and our areas of study were really the only interests keeping those thin relationships threaded together. I wanted more. I often watched others at my college talk and bond over things I just couldn't understand. And to be frank, wasn't interested at all. Things like sports or pop culture or actors or YouTubers that I didn't pay attention to or watch because, honestly, they didn't relate to my passions in life. So as a result, I frequently found myself wondering, how come it's so easy for him or her to just talk to someone about X topic or make small talk? Why do I struggle to know what to say or when to say it? Why am I always isolated and alone, questioning why I don't feel like I belong? Like I'm watching from the outside, always overanalyzing exactly what to do. Another thing that often got to me was why I always seemed to find myself struggling not only to make new friends outside of the internet, but also keeping friends. Time and time again, months or years would go by without me chatting a particular friend on Discord, and they'd ask me, "Hey, how come you never talk to me anymore?" And I found myself saying the same old stupid reasoning. I honestly didn't know what to say or talk about. I ran out of things to discuss. Or, sorry, life just keeps getting busy. Both were true, but it always left me disappointed and unsatisfied with myself, as if something was wrong with me or I was broken in a way that just didn't allow me to communicate or maintain friendships. Fourth, I found myself being drained excessively by menial, basic tasks that others seemed to find easy and simple to do. Things like running to the grocery store to pick up my meds, or getting an oil change on my car. Those felt like monumentally overbearing errands that would take up all my thoughts and all of my energy for an entire day, often leading me to dread and procrastinate even those important things until I felt I was brave enough to tackle them. Some days, particularly when coming home from classes, even washing the dishes or taking out the trash felt like a painful reminder that life was wearing me down into an inevitable demise and that there was nothing I could do to stop it. In other cases, I would just get irritated, or frustrated that something as pointless as cleaning the bathroom was preventing me from working on my YouTube channel, or music, or other creative passions. Instead of viewing them as something I had to do to keep my life organized, it felt like a bothersome chore, a bothersome interruption to my genius mind at work, at a trivial waste of time. I didn't immediately piece this all together as, oh, I might have autism. No. It took a lot of research, digging, and studying myself to arrive at the conclusion that I should get an evaluation. All of these hints were there, but I couldn't pinpoint or figure out what the reason behind them was. It wasn't until a random YouTube video popped into my recommended feed about autism and signs that you might be autistic that I realized, sweet Celestia, I related to more of this than I ever have anything in my life. Maybe I should look into this more. Now, the only reason these videos popped into my feed was because I have a constant interest in psychology and psychiatry and how the mind works and understanding people and what makes people tick or not. For you, things like this might not ever show up in your feed because you might not be interested in them. But if you find yourself relating to me and my experiences, I encourage you to do some digging and research, discovering some blogs and videos online about autism and what it's like to live with it. Who knows? Maybe you've been struggling in life with all of this and never had an explanation as to why until now. That being said, the reason I'm making this video series is just that. I want to help you. If anything I talk about on my channel can even provide a tiny amount of hope, or inspiration, or direction, or advice, then I've succeeded. It makes me genuinely thrilled to see my fellow friends, family, fans, or even strangers find the help that they've desperately needed but didn't know it. In particular, I recommend checking out Autism from the Inside, Mom on the Spectrum, and Orion Kelly, That Autistic Guy, on YouTube. All of their channels have been monumental in not only leading me to get a diagnosis, but in supporting me, challenging me, guiding me, and helping me overcome the issues and apply the strengths that come with autism to live the best life I can. That being said, I'm still in therapy, still working through a lot of things, so hopefully I can share with you guys what I'm going through, and it'll help. In addition to YouTube, I also looked up online autism screening tests, such as Autism 360's online tests for both autism and Asperger's, or even some of the professional tests that are available, such as the RAADS-R and the RBQ-2A. I know those are kind of hard to remember, so I'll put those up on the screen. Note that none of these should be used as the final diagnostic word, but rather as a tool to help you discover if you might be on the spectrum. Always get a professional opinion and evaluation from a doctor or registered psychologist specializing in autism, especially for adults. If you feel like having a formal diagnosis will bring you closure and answers to your life. Needless to say, I scored high functioning or borderline autistic on quite a few of these tests. That was the final clue for me. From there, I set up an appointment with Mountain Vista Psychology in Denver, Colorado, and lo and behold, I was officially diagnosed. Anyway, that about wraps up everything I wanted to talk about in this video. If this was helpful in any way at all, please leave a like, subscribe, share this video with friends, ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video in this series, as well as other great vlogs, adventures, storm chasing / weather, contraptions, pony content, music, and gameplay videos. There's a lot to unpack in my channel. You're bound to find something you like. Hasta la pasta, party ponies. I'll catch you guys in the next video.